Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel, and what do you know, despite the news of the SEC going after Ripple, Ripple seems to be tearing it up, as it were. Take a look at this headline from Crypto Newsflash. Ripple, first bank in Kuwait to open RippleNet-based payment corridor. Well, how about that? You know, we knew within the last week or so, thanks to a short Twitter thread from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, that there was a Ripple Insights blog piece to go along with it too, but we know that after the lawsuit came down, Ripple still landed on average close to 4 customers per week, and it came out to 15 customers in that first several weeks or so. And it's interesting to me for a number of reasons. First of all, it's really positive. It probably goes without saying to see that Ripple's able to continue to grow. It's not that potential customers are horrendously turned off by this litigation, but also maybe we shouldn't be so surprised by that because the vast majority of Ripple's customers are not in the United States. I can't remember for sure the figure, but I want to say that about 90% of Ripple's customers are not in the United States, and the vast majority of the customers that are signing with Ripple, they're starting with RippleNet, not utilizing on-demand liquidity. So even if they'd be interested in on-demand liquidity, thanks to the nascency of this asset class, there really is not sufficient liquidity to just replace the Swift flows. Because understand, Ripple going after Swift, the incumbent, the legacy incumbent here, been around for 50 years, slow as hell, which is what makes the name Swift extra funny. But there's, you're talking about on a daily basis, and it'll ebb and flow, but you're talking about daily flows of $5 trillion. The entire cryptocurrency market cap for the entire asset class is a little over $1 trillion as I record this. And look, I understand that it's not that you have to have that market cap to make all this happen because speed plays a factor here. I totally understand that here. But even so, there isn't sufficient liquidity the world over. What Ripple is doing is something that's frankly never been done before. Positioning a decentralized cryptocurrency with an open market price as a bridge, which eliminates the vast majority of trust issues associated with moving money around the planet, never been done before. Absolutely never been done before. And so in looking at this, what I see here is a potential on-demand liquidity customer in the future. And again, all-demand liquidity customers, it requires the usage of XRP. And the more XRP gets used, the more people will see that and say, well, if a business needs that, might I invest in it for the long haul, creating a store of value effect for XRP. At least that's certainly what I'm hoping here. And mind you, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, so you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just happy to share my everyday Joe Schmo opinion here, but that is all that it is. I'm just an enthusiast here and running this channel purely as a hobby here. But what I'm seeing is, in addition to RippleNet continuing to get built out, what I see is, Ripple going after the SEC hard in response. I mean, if you guys been watching my channel, Ripple is coming out guns blazing with their initial response to the SEC, and they are requiring final verdict, regulatory clarity for XRP, which they didn't have to do. Because there's a risk to that. Since they're requesting it and the SEC wasn't requiring it, and the SEC wasn't requiring it, there's a risk to it, because if it doesn't go their way, then XRP could be a security. Now, I don't think for a moment it is, and I think that Ripple sees that for them, they must feel like it's a slam dunk if they're filing in such a bold manner. And to me, it makes all the sense in the world. I think they're absolutely in the right here. But all this is getting built out, and so once you do have sufficient regulatory clarity here, and as the market grows, this is when you'll start to see businesses be able to, some people like to say flip the switch. I don't really like to use that term. I just think organic growth is going to occur. And as the asset class gets bigger, XRP, I believe, will come along with it for the ride, which is why, in terms of price action, it's my humble opinion that, and I don't make price predictions, but I believe XRP will be worth substantially more than it is today. And so when you see this, and I'll bring up a story in a moment, just another indication that we're continuing to see major money move in. Like, this is not going to stop. The cryptocurrency asset class is not going away. And there are so many reasons for that. That's why I've always shared my aha moment, in case you're new here, because lots of new subscribers coming on board. It's when I realized that you can have business models that could otherwise not exist if you didn't have a technologically sufficient decentralized cryptocurrency with an open market price. And specifically here, I'm certainly talking about XRP, but that's one business. Like even one new business model, thanks to this, that justifies the existence of cryptocurrency, the entire asset class. Even just one legitimately viable use case. And there's so many more than that, but even just that. Take a look at this piece. So according to a report by Kuwait Times, one of the oldest banks in the country has joined RippleNet. According to the announcement, Kuwait Finance House, KFH, has launched an instant cross-border payment service for the payment corridor to Turkey. KFH will thus be the first bank in the Middle Eastern country to rely on Ripple's cross-border payments technology. Kuwait Finance House is among one of the most modern and advanced banks in the country, in an effort to adopt the latest financial technologies while providing customers with an excellent banking experience. And so there you go, forward thinking, kudos to them. New corridor, brand new corridor. And so it's not the case that you can have on-demand liquidity corridors open up as quickly, but again, holy hell, we're already seeing a market cap for the crypto asset class over $1 trillion, where I believe that you'll have individual cryptocurrencies with individual trillion, if not multi-trillion dollar market caps on their own. Those that offer the most utility solving real-world problems, I can absolutely see that happening here. And so that's why I keep saying every single new customer like this is a potential holder, or user rather, a company that could utilize on-demand liquidity and thus XRP. And so there's going to have to be market makers somewhere that hold XRP in order for this to happen, and people trading it. And that's what we're seeing organically grow. And so if you take a look at this piece now, this is from You Today. Breaking: MicroStrategy adds another $10 million worth of Bitcoin. And so this is a publicly traded company in the United States, and I've been reporting on them for several months, however long it's been. Maybe it goes back to August when they first made major headlines by converting their United States dollars, which they deemed as risky to hold. They converted that to Bitcoin, and they're using Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset. And this is more than setting off a trend here. There was already all sorts of institutional money coming in, and this isn't institutional money, this is a publicly traded company. But still, we're talking about big money flowing into the space here, and they've now invested over $1 billion. Like, check this out. Business intelligence firm MicroStrategy now owns 71,079 Bitcoins, worth $1.145 billion at the time of the publishing of this, after acquiring an additional $10 million worth of the flagship cryptocurrency. As reported by You Today, the publicly traded company disclosed a purchase of the same size on January 22nd. Prior to that, it raised $650 million via convertible debt in December to increase its Bitcoin holdings. And so the reason that this matters is because Bitcoin leads the market. This is not going to stop. Bitcoin is extremely scarce. I think the average human has no idea how scarce it is. Maybe they know that the max number of Bitcoin there will ever be is $21 million. But what they don't seem to understand is that there's about 5 million Bitcoin lost. The vast majority of the rest of it is in deep cold storage from institutions and really, truly long-term holding individuals. And so you've only got a couple million or so Bitcoin at any time available for purchase on the market. And you're seeing these prices, and it's also the case that only about 1.2% of humans on the planet have ever purchased a cryptocurrency, and you're still seeing these prices, and people are, vast majority anyway, are starting by purchasing Bitcoin. Only 1.2%, and it's only recently that we're seeing the start of a flow of institutional money come in. And the price is already running up like this, so what's going to happen is you're going to have a supply crisis effectively. Bitcoin will always be traded on exchanges, but it's just going to be prohibitively expensive for almost any human on the planet to own one single entire Bitcoin. Wait till the rest of the world comes in. So why does this matter for XRP holders? Well, because this is going to grow the entire crypto asset class. As Bitcoin leads the market, and maybe it will forever, maybe it's always number one, if so, and I don't know that'll be the case, but if so, fine, I don't care. I just want a bigger pie, and I want XRP to get as big a slice of that as it can. So as this grows, more money comes in, and then a lot of it will flow through to XRP, and that'll make it possible to open up more on-demand liquidity corridors. And then you get this cycle where there's more money flowing in, you can open more corridors, that improves utility, shows that it's going to have staying power, and people will see that, then more money comes in, increasing the price. That's the way that I'm perceiving this playing out ultimately. And so to me, that's exciting stuff here. It's all going to take time, though, long time, but that's okay. I am the epitome of a long-term holder. I will wait however long I need to. And in the short term, people are not sufficiently placing an importance on utility, But it's to be expected. We know that this is how humans behave. There are notable parallels to human behavior here compared to the dot-com boom and bust when it was like, oh, you have a .com at the end of your company name? Here, take all of my money. That's effectively how humans are behaving here, just throwing money into all sorts of S-word coin projects, don't do a damn thing. You don't need a new form of money for every business idea out there. But that's what you have in crypto. It's a money grab. It just is. But people are going to figure this out as the asset class matures, and those cryptocurrencies that don't do anything, I believe that they're going to go the way of the dodo, my favorite extinct avian creature. And so over the next market cycle, admittedly, utility doesn't matter as much as I think it will in the future, but at some point there's going to be a flip. Maybe not all at once. I don't know how long it'll take. But people will start really significantly parsing out the differences between cryptocurrencies as winners begin to become clear, as utility begins to take hold. And if XRP is sufficiently positioned as a bridge currency the world over, that's a standard that would be tremendously difficult to ever supplant. And to me, that's what's exciting. That's why I'm taking the risk to invest in this most volatile asset class on the entire world. There isn't even a close second to that, which makes it the riskiest. That's fine. And I understand. I'm a big boy. I understand that if this doesn't go the way I think and hope it will, I could lose all of my crypto investments, including XRP. But I have strong conviction, and I've also only invested what I'm willing to lose in case it doesn't go the way that I think and hope that it will. But I feel good about this. Like I genuinely sleep easy. I just don't see this technology in general ever going away. So interesting times. And so that's why I love seeing, even if it's just a RippleNet customer that's not yet today utilizing on-demand liquidity, you have to understand the process that it's going to go, like what the timeline might look like. And it's still, we're at the beginning stages of all of this truly taking hold. So it is going to require patience on that front. But if you're just worried about a quick cash grab yourself, and I'm not judging you if you are, the good news is, in all likelihood, I suspect anyway, especially based on what I'm seeing from so many chart analysts, that XRP, even with what's going on with the SEC, even without a huge level of global adoption specifically for on-demand liquidity, because there are only X number of quarters open, even without that, many analysts are saying that they think we're going to see some serious fireworks in terms of XRP price even without that. And since I know that humans are not sufficiently parsing out the differences between coins, it doesn't seem like a crazy concept to me. And I suspect that will indeed happen. But some of the most tremendous price action, it's going to come in subsequent market cycles, I believe. Even so, again, like there are analysts calling for XRP to go from anywhere like $10 to $13, like Blockchain Backer says that. You got DIY Investing, he still says $20 to $30. And that's insane. I'm just saying, like, if it's going to really, really take off beyond that, and if it is going to be one of those crypto assets that has true staying power and perhaps a multi-trillion-dollar asset class, if that's an if, I don't know, but I think some coins will, but if that happens, the most tremendous price action would be in subsequent market cycles, I certainly suspect, but that's okay. I'm never going to sell all of my XRP. I'll be willing to sell some as it increases, but I'm still going to be long XRP. I'll just want to, adjust my how much, really just basically what my risk exposure is just in general compared to the rest of my holdings. But we'll just have to see. I don't know how exactly I don't know exactly what this market cycle is going to look like, but it's a hell of a ride here. So anyway, I will wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because of anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.